Yo, continuation. So we can call this part 3 of this Tank Lip blog. So where I left off, I ain't out trying to harm people. I'm not stealing. I'm not, trying to make gains off, someone's losses and shit. Like, I'm doing me the best way that I can to be the best version of myself, to cope with certain handicaps and illnesses and circumstances that I have, but use what could be argued as that unfortunate circumstance and try to make some good out of it. Like old-fashioned, make lemonade out of lemons and shit when life hands you that. And I find it ludicrous. I understand you can't please everyone. Like, I've accepted that long ago. But I could still point out how ludicrous it is for someone to knock my hustle. Because I don't knock other people's hustles. Like I said, I reserve judgment for it most of the time. But like, if we're speaking candid, I don't co-sign or support. Now, I won't go out of my way and attack someone like, dude, why the fuck you doing that? Like, if you don't quit, selling drugs to these people, I'm going to do something to you. But then people will knock my hustle and say, you put another, lame video out like that or some silly shit like that, I'm going to expose you or something. What do you mean you're going to expose me? I'm the truth. Because I'm authentic and genuine. What I do is me. I'm not trying to be anyone other than who I am and what I stand for. And yet you still knocking my hustle when I'm kind enough to not knock those other hustles that I strongly stand against. Why would I support a thug, gangster, or a drug dealer? Someone giving drugs and making gains off other people's losses, the minds and the brains that they destroy and steal from people and make millions. I don't go and broadly try to attack or harm those individuals. I accept that in their circumstances, they're doing whatever they gotta do. But at the same time, I don't support it. But it is ludicrous to knock my hustle the way I go about going through my circumstances, which is a very fair way that I think I approach life, to go through my circumstances. And I think it's more fair that I go through them the way I'm doing, to be honest, than their ways and methods that I don't co-sign or support. Now, your brain and your mind, I believe that's your greatest asset. Like, without that, you kind of can't exist. Like, because how could you even have a thought to then move and have that movement to do anything, think anything, if your brain or your mind don't work? Okay? Unless you're some robot and your mind controlled by some other entities and shit. And that's a whole nother conspiracy theory. Okay? But do you understand? I was born with mental illness, like my brain. As much as I have a lot of knowledge and been a good student and learned a lot, and that knowledge is then turned into wisdom from experience and trial and error. And, at 35 years old, I'm a pretty good product of life because I was a student the whole time, just processing, observing, and trying to learn and learn. Never once thinking I know it all or I'm the master. Always knowing and accepting there's more to learn. As a good student, I did become wise, and through that can be a good teacher. Okay? But never once did I think I had it all figured out. Okay? And again, I had, there's something wrong, whether you call it mental illness or I got a chemical imbalance, my brain not wired or hooked up right. Like, it's been challenging. Okay? And determines from those challenges, that probably, maybe I don't have regrets. Maybe I wouldn't want it any other way, because it made me have to learn that much more, go through that much more struggle to become that much stronger. Maybe at this point, I don't even have any regrets about that. But I could still determine that one's mind, which like at an early age, it was like it was lost or not there, or just not hooked up right. And for that, having that type of illness, whatever is the cause and effect or whatever, determine one's brain and mind is probably one of the most important things or assets a person could have. Like, I value that the most. And then you got drug dealers that are making money destroying brains, brain cells and minds. They're gaining on other people's losses and those people's weaknesses. They prey on that. And then once they get them sick, they get sicker, because addiction is a progressive and people spiral down rather than rise up. So is it any wonder that I wouldn't co-sign or support a drug dealer that produces a person to be less productive, that destroys people's most valuable assets for them to gain and have more assets monetarily or, materialistically? Those are vultures to me. That's evil shit. So again, I don't go attacking those people. I reserve judgment most of the time, because I don't like people judging my methods. But again, this is prompted by people knocking Tank Lip Hustle, my methods, when those that are in the industry, 80% I'm a deem, that have the spotlight in that moment. Like, what kind of message are they really doing? Are they saying they had to do this to get where they are? And when they get there, are they really giving now a new and better message, or are they promoting and glorifying the same paths that I don't believe in or support to other people? Why would I rock with that? And it's not a matter, like, I just don't have to rock with it. I don't have to support them or follow them. I can do my own thing. But this is kind of a matter of people knocking my hustle and telling me they don't endorse or support my methods. I'm not breaking rules. I'm doing me and from my situation, an authentic, genuine situation, trying to make some good out of it, staying within the commandments, rules, and laws. Okay, not trying to harm people. An ultimate bigger picture goal of helping people through what I went through. It's just ludicrous to me. So again, if a mind and brain is to me the most valuable thing, why would I endorse or support a drug dealer? I don't. But I'm not going on the attack at them. This is self-defense right now for people knocking my hustle. I'm trying to say, I'm letting them do them, let me do me. Because when I get to that moment of destination, I'm going to make the most of it and try to offer a good message or a role model. A model and blueprint for people to follow that are in these circumstances. Now, in my mental illness, it got hard to cope. And as an adolescent or something, without having the maturity, okay, I coped with bad things. That I succumbed to those vultures, and I had an alcohol problem for many, many years. Now I'm 10 years sober from alcohol. Not a damn drink of alcohol in 10 years. And it's not easy when I got so many problems. It'd be a lot easier maybe to just drown myself in the problems and to escape. But I know better that that just creates more problems. So I left the alcohol, I left the drugs, and the other bad habits for the most part. And because of the progressive nature of how you kill brain cells and you can only build them fast enough, but they almost, like, you destroy, let's say 10,000, maybe you only build 2,000 back, and it takes 5 years to build that. So it's taking me 10 years to get my mind back to like even, in a sense. And I still have the mental illness. I'm back at square one. But at least now I'm not, succumbing to the vultures of drugs and alcohol problems. So no, I wouldn't endorse a drug dealer that basically is going to destroy what I value the most, is my number one greatest asset, my brain and my mind. Why would I support or co-sign those people? And if I stand for that, which I think is a very fair, realistic thing, that I'm against that, how y'all gonna knock my hustle? Yeah, I might make some silly videos or something, to make a little noise, but I still, when it comes down to getting in the studio and putting in them tracks, or a rap battle on stage, I try to give you that lyricism. I don't make rap about hurting and getting all thug and gangsta with other people. I get brolic with a foundation of wisdom and values and principles that I believe in. And I really believe they're good values that